Well, good day. My name is Ruth Bowick, and I'm the president of the New Horizons Senior Center. And we're going to start a series with Shaw Cable on what goes on at the Senior Center for seniors, because it's really a plethora of great, wonderful things for seniors to do. And today I'm going to be, interviewing Loraine Fillion. Now, Loraine, I'd like to ask you, when did you first become involved with the Senior Center, and why did you decide to get involved?
I've been involved with the center for around 10 years. And I retired and I was bored, so I decided to do some volunteer work. And so I came to the center in lieu of I wanted to do some decorating. That's my passion, and I thought maybe I could do some decorating here for the senior center. And I tried it out and I loved it and I stayed, and it's just a lot of fun and I enjoy what I do.
Oh, that's great. Well, I know you're quite a decorator because that was part of your career. That's right. Where was your career decorating around town for weddings and
40
all
years.
kinds? Yes, yes.
And so I wasn't sure where I wanted to go. I was looking at different avenues, but I just thought, well, maybe this is a good place to be with seniors, and so it was a great decision.
Well, it certainly is a great place to be, because we're going to do another interview for Shaw Cable later on about the New Horizons Senior Center, the decorating that you do, and we're going to wait till it's a little more seasonable, because I'll save all that. That'll be a special surprise for our viewers. So I just wanted to also ask you a couple of things that. So then, what decided that you should give a course for seniors on the computer, which I think is wonderful. So tell me how that came about.
Well, I took 3 years of computers, and I was a senior when I took the course, and I was talking to a lot of seniors, and they didn't seem to know what computers were all about. And a lot of them wanted to learn, but they didn't know who to teach them, and children cannot teach seniors because they don't have the patience.
Well, that's true. Yes, yes.
So I thought, well, maybe I could try.
And they probably know more than the seniors know.
Well, they actually do. They don't know what I know, but they do know all their subjects and all their programs. They know what they have to know. So I thought, well, I think they need a little help. And of course, I took 3 years, and I thought I know everything. But so actually, I was teaching myself as I was teaching the seniors, and I realized that they can learn. They learn a little slower, but they can learn. So so I've been doing that for 10 years, and I really enjoy it. And a lot of my seniors, if you talk to them, they leave here and they know how to use their computer.
That's great. But I guess at first it was a little difficult to get them to relax and learn.
It was a little difficult because I didn't know how to do it. How do I get through to them? So I made this room a fun room, a quiet room. They can ask a lot of questions. I teach slower. And I just have to teach over and over again, because it's for them to really grasp what it's all about. And there was a lot of breakthroughs, and I thought, okay, now I'm getting good at this now. So yeah, it's easy, and they can pop in anytime.
Oh, okay. Do they not have to make a reservation?
No, they can come right in anytime they have a problem. Now I allow them
when they
to
have a
come
problem.
in.
But when they want to start learning, they must have to reserve, because I'm sure you're quite busy.
Here, and then they have to come and see me, and I find space, because I've been very, very busy with them.
But when they have a question that comes up, then they can just pop in.
Oh, they stop me on the street. Everywhere, anywhere.
How do I do that? How do I get out of this?
And I don't mind. I never mind.
Oh, that's wonderful.
What I do.
That's why they like you so much. Yeah.
So
you've been doing this for about 10 years now. So have you any idea how many seniors you've trained in here?
My, I don't
Rough ballpark figure, like 100?
Lots.
Lots and lots.
Well, that's the problem now. They're all trained, and we need more people to join.
Well,
because
it's 50. I think the limit here, or you have to be 55. So there'll be 55 people coming up soon, when they, as their age, then they'll be coming in. Although by that time now with the computers, a lot of people, it's 55, already know computers. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Well, I've taught a lot of beginners, and I even go out with them and help them buy their computers.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do.
Well, that was going to be my next question about the basics.
Well,
yes.
Sometimes when a senior goes out to buy a computer, they get looked at as seniors, and sometimes they sell them stuff they don't need.
They shouldn't really, yes.
So that's when I go with them and I help them with that. So
and selling too many is they sort of cut it down to the basics when they buy a computer.
Right.
That's really.
I know what they need.
Yeah.
So I do that too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm going to let you show our trainee here, Sheila Baker, how to start running a computer and what's the ins and outs of it, and then I'm just going to move away and let you take over. Okay? So I'll just silently sneak away and take my chair with me.
Okay. So Sheila's going to turn off the computer. Do you know how to do that, Sheila?
Yes.
Okay. So So when I have someone new that comes in for computers, I like them to open the computer and close the computer up just to see. I want to know where they are. That's what I did with you, right?
Yes.
I want to see how much she knows and how much, that she doesn't know. So turning off and on. So now you're going to turn it on and turn it on the right way. Because a lot of times they turn the computers on the wrong way, and so the computer doesn't like that. So Sheila's working on a Windows 10 this morning. Laptop, Windows 10,
Google.
and she's going to go to Google and do some researching. And Sheila does know that Google, you can ask Google anything, right, Sheila?
Yes.
And they have the answer. So it's a great tool for seniors when they need to learn something, and they can
If
go
they
on
don't have
computers.
the answer, Rain does.
Oh, well, I go and I research and I find the answer for them. But
Okay, it's slow.
so when seniors like to travel, right, Sheila, and they can go on Google, they can type in the site that they're looking for, and they can go in and reserve their hotels, and they can set up their travel arrangements, and it's really it's great for the seniors to know how to use
I've gone
it.
onto Google. I'm looking for information of my mother's family who lived in Exploits, an island in Newfoundland. And we've just got onto this site, and it's very interesting. My daughter and I are planning a trip there in the summer, so I hope to meet some relatives. So this is very interesting. I've got relatives I didn't know I had.
So it's a new site, and Sheila has to learn all the tools and all the different ways of finding sites. So that's what she's doing right now. She's learning the site before she goes in and starts looking for her family.
Yes, I won't bring up the family on
No.
this site, but you can find. Sure, you can find lots.
That's right, you can, and it just takes a little time to understand how your program works, right? It's a brand new
not
one, and we
coming
don't
in
know where
there.
everything is yet on that program, but all the information is there for you, Sheila. You just have to find out
They're just
where to
not
go and
popping
what
up.
to do. Well, sometimes the internet's a little slow. It's probably a little slow today. So that's what. So now you're done with this site, and you know
Yeah.
how to close. You have to close your site down. You don't close your computer down, right? You just close your site down.
Okay. Down.
A lot of my seniors will tell me that they're too old or they're too dumb to learn computers, right, Sheila?
Oh.
And so I like the challenge.
One thing about coming into Rain, if there's something in particular that you want, I always write myself a note, because Loraine knows so much, but there are certain things that I would like to know, and if she can't answer it right away, I may
Oh,
get
and
a phone
sometimes we
call or
search
a
together,
message.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes we search
It works.
together and we find the answer. And that's what it's all about, and that's the fun of it. And how much time do you spend on your computers now? It fills up your day, right? You're
Yes,
just
it
sitting at
does.
home like some seniors and doing absolutely nothing. This is
There, I
you can
think
have
I'm-
fun. You can play games on. Sheila plays games. She does researching. She does Facebook, and
FaceTime is great for family
FaceTime
that
for
live away.
family.
Keep in touch.
Skype, texting.
Better than.
What else do you texting? Facebook. Probably.
I take photos. I have an iPad mini, and
She knows
I
how
have
to
quite a
use it.
folder gallery on mine.
And she knows how to take photos from her Apple and send them to her Windows. And she knows how to use the iCloud, so we can have the photos on her iPhone or iPad and her Windows, her Microsoft Windows. So all this
This
stuff.
is not mine, so I don't know what's on here.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. So if you wanted to go in, say you want to go into the collection of Microsoft, you know that that's games. My students and my seniors students, they love games, right, Sheila? They like crossword puzzles, and they do all kinds of different games. That's the fun part of computers, right?
Yes.
And you can read newspapers.
Time passes.
You can read newspapers online. You can. What else can you do? Newspapers. You're reading newspapers, books, music. You can do all
All
that now.
kinds of games. Yeah.
Games, researching, texting, and you can take selfies on here, right? Photos.
I'm gonna-
So you're loading something now, right?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay,
Because
so
I don't
right,
have
so
the
now
password for
Sheila
this
has
one.
switched
Yeah.
over to a game, and she knows when she's done, she needs to close all her programs down before she closes down her Windows 10, her computer. So it's amazing what seniors can do, right, Sheila? We just
Yes.
we have to learn a little slower, but we can learn. And what's my motto? It's when you stop learning, you stop living. And that's the motto I use for my seniors, right?
Yes, and this is a great place for that. Since
Right.
I've been coming, I've met so many people I've seen on the streets, and coffee's always on, and there's always 2 or 3 people in here to chat with, and
Yeah.
good place to come.
Yeah, I enjoy what I do. It self-gratification. It just, it makes me feel good. And when I have a breakthrough with seniors, it's lovely. I don't think there's maybe 1 or 2 that had to stop because they just weren't able to learn. But most of the time, I find a way to teach. Right? Yeah. That's what I love to do. Okay, so now what else do you want to go in? You finished? You don't want to go on Facebook. Okay, so you can close down your computer. And you know how to do it correctly. And all your apps are closed. So sometimes I have Sheila in here today, but sometimes we have, for iPad, I had a course, we had maybe 9 people, all with their iPads and their iPhones, and they were all learning, it's like a school, they're all learning the same thing. And those were fun days too, eh? Sheila, when we did 4 or 5 people at once. Now we need some new seniors.
Now we need some new...
We need some men. That's what we
Yes,
need. We
yeah.
need some men to come in and see if I could. There's some of them they need to be taught, but they're a little nervous about coming in, right? They'll come in and they want to join, but they're not sure if they should join or they're not
Right.
sure they can learn. But I can teach them. I don't have any problem with that. Okay, now.
I'm just going to leave it.
Yep, so you can close it down. And then, so then this is the Samsung Galaxy one. So that's similar to your iPad, right?
Well,
Similar to your iPad, only it's made by Google. So when you learn computers and when you know computers, you can go on any computer. It's basically the same like you have all the programs, but it's just a different company. And then you have to go across to open it.
this is different than mine. I use mine as a
This is
camera.
Yeah, it's a camera.
Yeah.
You can use a camera on the Google one too, but it's a different company, but it's the same program, the same apps.
Newspapers.
You can go on to your newspapers, and she knows how to put all her
Yeah.
newspapers in a folder now, and games in a folder. This does exactly the same thing as the Windows, and it's just programmed a little bit differently.
Must be photos on there.
There's probably photos on there. This is my teaching computer, so it's you'll find all kinds of strange stuff on there. But
Yes, not only does she know the laptops, the iPads, Samsung Galaxy, the iPhone, Rain knows each and every
Phones.
one. Yeah, so it's...
I get stumped once in a while, but then I do research and I find the answer. I usually can find the answer to anything, and it's always great when I do find the answer and I can help some. And then the iPhone too. She knows she's got an iPhone, and it's exactly so. It looks similar to the Google one, but it works the same way. And she could go on the iPhone right now, and she could work it exactly like she would on
Oh,
her
you
own.
took a picture of something.
Well, that's a little note I
Oh.
was writing. Yeah. So now she's trained on all computers. She just has to find some of the tools, because the tools are in different areas on the computers. But
And it
you know what you're looking for, right? Now when you go in there and you're looking for how to do something, you know where to look and you understand the system. It's
And
just a
depending on
different
what
machine.
you yourself want, I don't have as much on mine as Rain has.
No, because mine's a teaching computer, but
Yes, so
you
it's
use
all
just
there.
what you need. Like most of my students, they don't need to know everything I know. They just need to know enough so they can navigate and they can do their own stuff. A lot of men, they like to do their sports. They watch sports on
Yes.
the computers. You can watch games on the computer for streaming, and so they like to learn different stuff than you would. Like we're more like cooking and newspapers, sports. Men like the newspapers, games, researching. So, but all machines, they're similar, all others made by different companies. So if you learn one, then you can go on anybody's computer. You can go to your son's and go on his computer, right? And you do the same thing you would do on your own little pad. So that's what I teach, and that's what I do.
Okay, well, I think I'll come back in and...
I get a little carried away.
Yeah, well, it's wonderful, though. And to
I'm
tell you
not
how
very good at this.
informative that was, Sheila and Loraine.
Yes.
It was interesting and educational for me, because I'm still learning things on computers myself.
People think I know everything, but you know...
well, obviously she does, don't you think?
Well, and then but it's like buying a new car. You have to learn all the new gadgets. I have to do that. Every time there's an update, I have to learn it so that I can teach. But I'm always learning. I just have to learn to keep up.
And with computers, there's always something to learn. There's always some company coming out with something new. That's right.
Yes, and I think, okay, I better learn that. If somebody will ask me about it, I'll say, oh, okay, I know that's new. And one thing we do a lot too is security.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Seniors, you know, they believe everything they read and see because, you know, they think it's true. And I'm the one that watches, and I have to make sure for viruses and all that. That's something I'm really into. You know, if you get even phones too. Now I speak to my seniors about answering the phone, and you never talk to anybody on the phone unless it's from your address book, right? That's a lot of something that's very important for me to teach the seniors.
Well, as well as educational, it's important. You teach them important things that they should know, and a lot of them don't. And
well,
that's one of the
she knows. She
and
knows
that's one of the things.
There was something on this morning on her.
Something came up on a message from a friend last night, and I thought, oh, it looked strange.
It was
And I was
strange.
going to message her back and ask. Well, I went off and did something, and I later got a message that she was hacked. Don't open anything in my name.
See, look at that.
Yes,
But
and I've learned from Loraine.
From Loraine.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. I have a little pencil.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
If you're not sure,
Oh, that's right, because you can damage all your computers. They can
Right.
crash.
Oh,
so
really?
that's one of the things that I teach. That's probably the first thing that I teach
Do
is
teach them.
security.
Yeah.
Safety.
Well, you can just see how the senior center down here in Kenora operates, and it's so beneficial to so many seniors. And this is just the first thing that I'm talking about, because at the senior center we have so many opportunities, and in future, as I mentioned before on Shaw Cable, we'll be presenting them to you. So right for now, I'm just going to say thank you again, Sheila and Loraine, very much. This has been educational for me too. So
My pleasure.
I'm always learning something as
That's
president
right.
of the New Horizons, believe me. So thank you very much. Well, right now I'm here with Judy Christie, and she's quite the Mahjong player, so she's going to give us a little bit of history of this fascinating game. How far back does it go? Further back than my age, I bet.
Well, this game goes back a long way, but our little group here got started because of Lenora Zimmerman, who is a player with us and away right now. She and I and a couple other gals played in homes, in our various homes, and Lenora said, why don't we start at the rec center and get more people playing? So she brought her game and we started to teach other players how to play, and now we bring in our own games, and we're up to 12 players sometimes for our Wednesday morning 10 to 12 Mahjong time.
And how far does the history go back? Is it back?
It's a Chinese game that was started years and centuries
Maybe
ago, I
Jim's
would
gonna
say.
say that, yeah.
I don't know I don't know the history of it actually. But it's just a very fun game to play. As you can see, it's
Yeah, I can
quiet.
yeah.
It's not social.
Is there any betting on it?
You can bet,
they
but
can?
we don't bet.
Oh, you don't bet? Okay.
No.
Because I was going to say, I bet they're betting I get out of here.
No, we don't bet. We just have fun. It's just for social
Yeah,
and
it
to
is, yes.
keep your brain going.
Well, Judy, you know what? From learning a little bit, listening to you about Mahjong, I'm going to go and play some Mahjong here. Oh, and I'm going to
Terrific.
see if I'm going to like it, okay?
Terrific.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have
So,
you.
right now we're at the Mahjong table, and I'm here with Mary Ann, Betty, who runs the Kuwait and Mahjong thing as well as plays here, and Carolyn. And of course, I'm Ruth Bowick, the president of the New Horizons. And Betty is going to show me a few tips on how to play this fascinating looking game. It looks mysterious. So do you want to just give me a start? Like, what do I have to do first if I want to learn how to play Mahjong?
You have to learn the names of the tiles.
The names, these are the tiles?
Yes.
Okay.
And these ones are flowers.
Are they don't look like flowers. Are they just called flowers?
They're supposed to look like flowers.
Oh, well, okay.
And these are jokers.
Oh, the joker I can recognize.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's 4 suits. There's the cracks.
Cracks.
And then there's the BAMs. They look like bamboo.
But they look like,
And then there's the dots that look like dots.
where would I see a dot?
There's the dots.
Oh, they're different dots though. They're not all
Yes.
the same. So that's a dot and that's a dot. Some are 4 and some are 5.
From 1 to number 9.
1 to number 9. So does everybody start out with this the way I've got this pattern here?
No, you set it up.
So Caroline would have something else then?
Yes.
Ah.
Everybody gets different ones. You
Okay.
never know what you're going to pick.
Well, how do you pick them? Oh, they're upside down and then, oh, everything's upside down now.
Yes, you have to set up the tiles.
Okay, okay. Okay, so.
Turn them all.
Oh, everything get, oh my, oh, just, okay, just.
Turning them over too.
Stop, so, because this is going to be that short. We're going to go, once the things are upside down, then I would pick.
No, they all have to be in front of each person, and then we throw a dice as to who,
Oh, that's what the dice are for.
yes, who starts.
Ah,
And
okay.
then there's a sequence. You go and you exchange tiles.
But if they're upside down, how do I know when I turn them up that they're going to be what I was supposed to have here? Like, this is the flowers, and there's the cracks, and there's the...
Well, you have to
Show me on yours.
Okay.
Caroline, you...
Everybody has to have.
I'm not
These-
even going to do it because I'll get all screwed up. I'll just... That's
part of the game.
that's part of the... Oh, okay. Well, I'll turn some over for you. I can do that.
It's a fairly complicated game
I
when you
guess
first
so.
start, but once you get to know, and these cards are very important.
Oh, yeah, I have
Because-
one here. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you have to set up a sequence according to your card.
What does it take, 10 years to learn this game?
No.
Okay. So then I do what you're all doing. Oh, okay, okay. 2 layers.
2 layers.
How does it go? The long as the board here? Like
Yes.
I should, oh, okay.
There's just one space in.
like that at the end.
So I got too many here?
Nope.
Is there enough for everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, I see where I need. We're making the poor bridge players wait. Where are they?
I think they all have.
Okay, so just to give a quick sample before I move on.
Okay, so you throw the dice.
Both of them?
Yes.
I got double 3s at 6.
Okay, and then. She's got 4. And I have 6. As to who starts.
So would it be me? Because I'd be there. Oh, wouldn't you know? I wish I could have been last. So what do I do now that I'm first?
Okay, now you throw the
I'll
dice
shake again.
Okay,
5.
So 5. You set out 5 from the end. I'll do it for you
Okay.
because it'll be easier.
All right.
Okay, then what I do is everybody gets 13.
Just stack them in front of you.
Okay.
And then you come
Well,
up next. And you take yours.
this looks so complicated. And do I have to do the same thing?
Yes, so you take some. And you take some.
Oh,
Okay, so,
You took?
yep.
And you take that one?
what do I do with it? Or just set it here?
Okay, now what you do is you turn them all up in front of you on the tray. You should have, I have 14, everybody else has 13.
Well, I don't want to learn the whole game today.
Can't.
So this is where I got to come up with Like this, what you showed me, 4 of those?
Yes,
Ah, see how quickly I can learn. Look at that, I got 2 of
Put them all
these.
in order.
yes.
Oh, I don't know about orange.
All the different.
Oh, I don't show them.
Leave them on your rack.
Yeah.
This is your rack.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Let's sort them out by sort them like you did there. Match them all up
okay.
in number sequence.
Someone will have to tell me if this is. I think I could only got 3 pairs. Is that? So I do a stop.
A heart, a pass. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So now we're sort of ready to start. Okay. So we'll just do a couple of seconds of this, and then I'll be finished because I have to take over.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is how you teach in Kuwaitan too. You teach in Kuwaitan. The senior. We do have the Shaw Cable should be aware that there is a seniors center in Kuwaitan that operates, I think, about 3 days a week.
No, Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock to 3.
For Mahjong. Okay. So anyone wanting to learn this game like I am learning, sort of, can go to the Kuwaitan Senior Center if they live in Kuwaitan at 1 o'clock on a Thursday
morning or afternoon.
So anyways, I've got this far with, I think I've got 3 really nice matching pairs here. The rest are not matching. So who goes first, me?
We start passing around. And you do that twice.
Okay.
And then you decide what you want to do according to the sequences on the card.
Well, you know what? I'm already lost, so I'm going to continue this. I'll maybe go to Kuwaitan one day and have you continue the lesson. But right now, because of time element, that I think I'm going to thank you all, 3 of you, so much, and we're going to clear this table so the bridge players can take over. So as you can see, there is a lot going on in the Kuwait and the Kenora Seniors New Horizons Center. So just keep tuned because there'll be a lot more programs like this. With I'm Ruth Bowick, the president of the New Horizons, and I'll be covering every aspect of what takes place in the senior centers here in Kenora and Kuwaitan. And everybody over 55 is welcome to become a member of the New Horizons Senior Center. Well, thank you very much for watching this Mahjong section of what goes on at the New Horizons Senior Center in Kenora. And I would like to mention a little bit more just about it, because about 8 or 9 months ago we started with only 4 members interested in Mahjong, and now we're up to 12. And of course, as you can see, there's room for more. So don't hesitate to get a hold of the New Horizons Senior Center if you're interested in this exciting tablet game. It's not really a card game. And I do want to give you the Kuwaitan phone number if people in Kuwaitan are interested and want to get in touch with Betty about Mahjong. So the Kuwaitan phone number is 547-3902. That's 547-3902. And there is an answering machine at the Kuwaitan Senior Center, so don't hesitate if you want to find out anything about what goes on in the New Horizons Senior Center in Kenora or Kuwaitan. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. So thank you for joining me, and I'll be back with some other segments of what goes on here at the New Horizons Senior Center. And remember, if you're 55 plus, you're more than welcome to come. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.